Auto World Museum is the vision of William E. Backer and his daughter, Vicki Backer McDaniel. Born in 1922, Bill Backer has a storied background from his days growing up here in Fulton and New Bloomfield through his times with the United States Navy. A homegrown engineer, Mr. Backer has received patent credits for his work on the F-86 fighter. He is a highly successful local manufacturer, businessman, and automobile collector. Mr. Backer seems to have fallen in love with the automobile due to his impassionate interest in engineering and all things mechanical.
Well, it didn't have a clear-cut decision to collect cars. At the time that I got the first car, we were living in Detroit, and on a Sunday we went over into Canada through Windsor and saw this 1924 Dodge Touring, Canadian car. Price was right, $300. You couldn't begin to buy one for $300 nowadays, but it was a price that I could afford, and the owner agreed to bring it over through customs, deliver it to my home. So that was, I guess you could say, maybe the start of the collection. My orientation has really basically been the older cars and to see how they were built way back. There are a lot of things that are in modern cars now that people think are brand new, but they really came on the market a long time ago. Some of them got put on the shelf, some of them got incorporated. Dual overhead cam, for instance, in that Will Sinclair that's in here. That has a dual overhead cam engine in it. People that now have a dual overhead cam engine think they really got something, but there's nothing new about it. That usually gets pitched to me in a different way, and that is, if you only had one car that you could keep, which one would it be?
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't be one. It has to be two. My driver, as you know, is my 1913 Model T Ford, and I have so much fun with that, real fun with that car, and the footwork that it takes to make it go down, make it function, that it's a challenge. It's a challenge to run a Model T. Now the other car that I would, if push came to shove, that I would make every effort to keep is a 1926 Pierce Arrow Touring. And that kind of brings out the macho in a person, because it's, in a way, it kind of handles like a truck. I mean, it's heavy, it's sturdy, it does not flex. It just has a good solid feel to it. And on the other hand, it's relatively easy to steer. It has the floor shift to clutch, whatever. Macho situation again. Sure. And a good looking car. There's two or three that I would kind of like to have, but in a way they're really not readily on the market. The one that I kind of looked the hardest for is, again, a 1932 Studebaker Roadster President, which is top of the line and restored. It has to drastically slow down, because you're totally aware that I have other cars that there's no room in here for. Harris Lee on the way over here asked me if the 32 Buick was in here. I had to say no. He asked me if the 32 Plymouth Roadster was in here. I had to say no. They're both museum type cars, but no room. There are a lot of museums that are strictly one make, one brand of car. That's not true here. I mean, you can see the whole alphabet here. And you can see from 1903 to 1987.
On behalf of Mr. Bill Backer and the staff of Auto World Museum, we ask that you take your time, see everything, and take lots of pictures, but please do not touch the exhibits. For the preservation of the exhibits and comfort of all of our guests, no food, no drinks, and no smoking in the museum. We appreciate your visit and hope you have an enjoyable tour.